Assalamualaikum and hi. Today I want to start with a quick question. Have you ever had a day where on this day you feel that you have perfect food, perfect mood, perfect weather to enjoy the food? Then it continues to, oh, it perfectly fit my feelings right now. This is the perfect companion for the day. Probably yes, right? But I am really curious, does perfection really exist? From my personal standpoint, perfection does exist in the heart of the beholder. Here I'm referring to 2.3 billion users application in 2020 that is none other but YouTube. In this app, there are buttons to express our feelings towards a video, like and dislike button. Even the most popular YouTube video can't avoid this powerful feature in this app because it perfectly describes that perfection is unachievable. Why? Because here on our powerful fingertip, we can choose to push which button upon our liking according to the dictionary of our perfect video that we want to watch. If we like the video, we can just push the like button. If we dislike the video, we can push the dislike button. If we don't have any certain feelings towards the video, we can just stay away from the buttons. So I personally think that there's nothing so called perfect life. Because in this long yet short journey of life, it is full of uncertainty. Literally, none of us know how the road in front of us is going to be. Will it be a paved road, rocky, bumpy, and unwisely, with neither GPS or ways provided, but heart and mind to lead us? And here, let's take a moment to review the most recent film that has one of the highest rated in history. That is Filipino, and the film title is COVID-19. With COVID-19 successfully dominated the world in 2020 until now, we are forced to adapt with new normal. Work from home setting, parents teaching their children in new blended learning setting, lockdown, quarantine, and also with the mandatory to wear face masks and face shields in public. Obviously, in such overwhelmed uncertainty, we found that ourselves are mentally, physically, spiritually, and also financially exhausted. Here we were knocked out. And this when we met our most challenging opponent in our life, and that is ourselves. We had no choice but to still remain standing in the ring because we know that the possibilities are down to zero yet. And whereas here we know that if we have a positive mindset, we are able to take to pull the brake from our unstoppable walking and running. Instead, being optimistic and thinking that, oh, finally, this is the time for me to have a sip of tea and have a break for a moment. But how to cope with the new changes, with the new norm that we have had to adopt? So, ladies and gentlemen, the key is progression. Stand up and gather all the strength within you instead of groaning in darkness and self convincing that, oh, you can't, you are just a muggle, and lose yourself. Instead, walk forward, run forward, or maybe swim forward because you have choices. You know what is the best for you and the perfection in your to achieve this. Also, you need to know that there's nothing wrong to take a step back because at this moment you can give yourself space to work through things. And the heads up, restart. And maybe here you can make a plan ahead. You can think about your motivations more critically and more personally. To finish this, the today you may start to run as fast as a addicted would, and tomorrow you may run as fast as a rabbit would, and the overmorrow you may run as fast as a cheetah would, until it repeats itself. Because this each steps progression may be rather slow or fast, but it's important because the progression that you make every day is the key of success. For example, you decided to spend some of your time in this midst of pandemic on crochet, and then don't worry if you finish your 3 months crocheting and hat only to find your handiwork turn out to be trapezoid. Because the point is to relax, to enjoy a pursuit, not to put burden or pressure on yourself. Because it's just a matter of time. Because it's sooner or later we'll see the perfect hat that you want to say, aren't you? So here maybe you can listen to music as it helps to free our mental disturbances. The moment you hear your perfect song, it helps you to feel relaxed and feel more refreshed because which this removes the anxiety and stress um, after our daily life because it works in a form of meditation um, of peaceful mind. This is because different people has different tastes of music and the perfect song that every person want is the perfect way to convey our emotions to people, the perfect way to enjoy our good times, and the perfect way to deal with our bad times. In a nutshell, the perfection that we want to achieve doesn't really mean that it is what the perfection really mean to other people because everyone has their very own standard. So embrace the yesterday you, the right now you, the tomorrow you, and the future you, rather than looking for the textbook's standard of perfection for your happiness in what you have, because perfection itself is imperfection. That's all for me, Miss Imperfection. Thank you.